Hi, I'm Mike. 6 years ago today, we lost the man that brought us into this world. Not my father, but a man that I would have been glad to call my dad. His name was Gilbert. And without him, me, Erin, our kids, our entire family, and you included, wouldn't be where we are right now today. Right here on our Wyoming Life. Welcome to our Wyoming Life. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and come along with us as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. And if you've been here with us before, thanks for coming back and being a part of our lives. A life that we never would have dreamt for ourselves, a life that when it really comes down to it is all thanks to one person. And his name was Gilbert and he was my father-in-law. Gilbert ranched his entire life. He worked many different jobs to support his ranching habit, and he was successful at it. For him, the ranch was his whole life. It was so very important to him. And I thought that today I would share with you why it was not only important to him, but also to us. 10 years ago, both Erin, my wife, and I were working corporate jobs in radio. We both thought that career would last us the rest of our lives, that we would end up buying a house, we'd settle down, maybe have a family, and live the American dream. White picket fence, that kind of thing. Little did we know that in October of that year, our lives would be turned upside down. Gilbert's health was failing, and right then he needed help to work his Wyoming ranch. We took a 15-year career and quit. We didn't know anything about ranching. Our meat came from the grocery store. Visiting the farmer's market was a way to escape the office and kill an afternoon, and we'd buy kettle corn and walk around enjoying the sunshine, and then go the next day to buy our vegetables at the grocery store. Not even realizing that the day before, the guy that was selling his tomatoes or corn or broccoli was counting on us and his sales to feed his family. Since we came to the ranch, we've learned a lot. We've grown as people, and maybe we've even become better people. And when we lost Gilbert 6 years ago, we were thrust into a whole new level of this life and this experience. Gilbert taught me a lot, but nowhere near everything I needed to know to do this job right and successfully. A year or so ago, we started this YouTube channel, and I know it's going to sound weird, but bringing you along for the ride has taught me more than I've learned over the past few years out here. We release videos from the ranch 3 times a week, and I rarely struggle to make a video or come up with what I'm going to make a video about, but this week has been a little bit harder for me. It's not that we're lacking anything to do. We're calving. We have spring snowstorms moving in almost every night. I'm out checking cows constantly, both day and night. But I wanted to do something today, not only to honor Gilbert a little bit, but maybe something that would explain why he did this for more than 70 years of his life, and why we plan on doing the same thing. In the U.S., the average American eats 55 pounds of beef per year. Total beef consumption was over 24 billion pounds last year. That's enough beef to fill the Houston Astrodome from floor to ceiling 14 times. That's a lot of beef. And most of it starts on small family ranches just like this one. In fact, most are smaller. The average herd size in the U.S. is only 40 cows. And there are around 800,000 beef cattle operations in the U.S., but the farm and ranch families only make up 2% of the U.S. population, and one farm in the U.S. feeds an average of 165 people a year. But to be perfectly honest, all of these numbers don't mean much to the average rancher or farmer. It's impressive when you look at it, when you hear the numbers, but if I could go back and ask Gilbert why he did this for his entire life, his answer would probably surprise us all. I think Gilbert would have said, because he could. I don't think he ever thought about how much beef an average person ate or how many families he fed over his lifetime. The truth is that he worked hard his entire life to get us where we are today. Aside from ranching, he drove one of the very first taxi cabs in our county. He used to mow the runway at the airport before it was concrete, and he worked for the local grain elevator, where rumor has it that he got fired every single day and came back the next morning and went to work like nothing ever happened. Now we're sitting here in the shop, where he used to come and hang out for hours every day, just enjoying being on the ranch. Toward the end of Gilbert's life, he lived in town. He didn't live on the ranch. And I used to drive him out here every single day. He would go out and putz around on his gator, or like I said, just sit in the shop. I used to think he was weird. Of course, those were my first years here. The longer I'm here, I find myself doing the same exact thing. Sitting back and enjoying the ranch life. Gilbert is still on the ranch in a way. In fact, he's buried right here. And I don't think there's any place else that he'd rather be. I'm gonna let it go there. It's a holiday. Go enjoy time with your families. And as you sit down and eat, think about all the Gilberts in the world that gave us what we have today, that helped put the food on our plates, that give us a chance to sit around the table with people maybe we don't get to see that often or get to connect with. We'll be back next week on Tuesday with a project list video, and we're going to get more done around here. Erin's back in the garden this week. Calving will continue, and it's going to ramp up even more. We've got 15 calves on the ground now with a whole lot more to come. Hopefully spring is just around the corner for us, and we can really start getting busy. Find us on Facebook for content that you can't find anywhere else, and you can also visit our website at www.ourwyoming.life.com. Until next time, have a happy Easter, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.